Hey everybody, I'm April Diamond. It's Live with April Diamond. I can't say my name. Live with April Diamond on Hey Vegas TV. It's Live with April Diamond on Hey Vegas TV during 30 days of April. And you guys know who this is? The one, the only. Give it up for Michael Shapiro. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing really well, April. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's like I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time. I don't know if you know that.
Well, no, I didn't. Why didn't you just pick up the phone and call me?
I know. I just got your number today, but hey, thank you, Richard, for making that happen. But you've got a really cool show going called Reckless in Vegas, and it's been going for a while. But you've got a huge history in the music business, and your love for vintage Vegas and the old days, and really shining a light on some of that inspirational music that we all love. And some of us that, you know, are younger may not know some of these songs, maybe you do, but it's super cool that you created a show that brings light to that.
Yeah, you know, I grew up with rock and roll because of my father, but my grandfather was into crooners and big band music, right? The old Vegas days. Yeah. So I figured out a way to kind of combine the two styles, the two genres. I also play a lot of 90s rock, you know, cover bands, and then our original, the original music that I've written with bands is always very 90s oriented, alternative rock. Yeah. So when you start to mess with these genres of music, you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. And I find it very exciting. And I didn't want to do covers. I wanted to remake these songs to where they're new and fresh and reinvigorated, but they also pay homage to the original versions because that's what built Las Vegas.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it's cool that I feel like there's a renewed energy and excitement to learn more and more about old Vegas.
100%, and then some of the younger generation, they just think we wrote these songs, so that's great too.
They really think that?
We've had a few people, that's an amazing song. That should be a hit. Well, young man, that actually was a hit.
In 1952.
Yeah, they got the dates on there and everything. That's right. By the way, it makes my grandfather's passed, but I feel like he's here listening, so I hope he's proud. And of course, my father comes to every single show. Well, my grandfather moved to Las Vegas in 1955, and he had an 1/8 share of a hotel called the Royal Nevada on the Strip. Awesome. It's now where Resorts World is. That's the location. And my dad moved here in 1970, and I was born in 70. So I got the early roots. My dad took me to see Santana at the Las Vegas Convention Center when I was 6 years old.
Wow, and you were inspired.
And so the dream began. Yeah.
The guitar.
Yeah, the guitar. It just was like, I want to do that. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah, so both very big influences on me. My grandfather in business, my father in music. Both in our interest in beautiful women.
They go together, right?
They do go together, yeah. That's part of it.
So you got excited about music. You have all this inspiration and family that's brought you here. Yeah. And so then what was the next step? Like, you got interested in music, you played guitar growing up, you know, you probably played in bands, things like that. Yeah. But what was the history?
Trumpet first.
Trumpet.
Yeah, when we do our full production show, one of the horn players, the trumpet player is Danny Falcone. He's a kid that I grew up with. I was going to say we grew up with because Jack Roth, who's in Reckless in Vegas, is the we. We grew up all together. And Danny was playing trumpet. I saw him playing sixth grade, and I was like, oh, wow. And my dad had a trumpet. He never played it, but he had a trumpet. Oh, wow. So I snuck it out and took it to school, and I got in trouble for it, by the way. But in seventh grade, I started playing trumpet. Yeah. I was in concert band. That was my first instrument. And I tinkered on the guitar. I just wasn't very good at that time. Okay. First cover band, about 16, so 1985, 86 is when I started my first cover band. Oh, wow. Playing covers. And then we were playing bars. We were playing 3-4 nights a week, into my 20s. And I've just always loved it, but naturally, if one learns a bunch of cover songs, you start to write. And I started to write original music, and a lot of it just poured out of me. So I started to chase that, thinking, I'm going to be a big star. I write these songs, and I think they're amazing and they're great. I mean, I thought that. I don't think anybody else did at the time. But it just sort of kind of organically unfolds, And I've been doing it my whole life. I mean, I'm going to be 53. And I started the dream at 6, but I started playing professionally in bands at 16. Wow. So if you do the math there, it's a long time, 38 years or something.
Of pushing and loving it and keeping the dream alive and doing what you love to do. You mentioned in there that you played in concert band.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I just want to tell the watchers and listeners out
Don't
there.
tell me you were in concert band.
I was in choir.
Well, you're a singer,
I'm
right?
a choir girl.
Yeah.
And so sometimes people say, oh, I want to get into the music business. And I say, oh, join choir, join this. And they're
Teach
like,
your harmonies.
oh, well, I don't want to be in choir. I want to be a solo singer. I want to play something solo.
Good luck.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I just want to tell everybody, you guys, if you are interested in the music business, get in your local choirs if you want to sing. Get in, excuse me, get in concert band or whatever. Anything.
In acting, too. I believe that acting goes hand in hand. So doing theater, right? And especially
Totally.
you being a singer, I mean, that gave you the foundation. And once you have that, you're able to take it wherever you want. And
the storytelling and the acting.
And everybody wants to jump to be right to the end game, but it takes decades, right? You practice. So
all of those things like culminate together and build up to where you are today. So, and then I also read on your bio that you did a national tour for a while and you had a hit song you were promoting called Hope. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. You did your research.
I read.
We've done several national tours and also a tour in Europe as well. But in 2006, I got a record deal with Universal Fontana.
Nice.
And the single on the album charted. It was the number 3 most added in the country, 1,100 spins a week, and it was like really going.
That's
and
fantastic.
Then I thought cocaine was my friend. By the way, cocaine is not your friend. It really derailed the whole thing. My publicist at Rogers & Cowan ended up firing me. The label dropped me. I mean, it was a whole... You're supposed to wait till you're a huge rock star before you screw it all up. I did it right before.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's good. You know what? It's part of the building blocks of who I am today.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All of it contributes to, and it's so nice that you're honest about that and you want to tell everybody the story. Because it's a difficult thing. It's a difficult business.
It is.
It's difficult on your brain and your soul and the whole thing.
Do you find when you perform, well, even like now we're on camera, people your viewers are watching. I mean, you feel very authentic to me. Do you feel like you're putting on anything right now, or you're being you?
I think I feel like I'm being myself.
This is the conversation.
My pretty happy self, but yeah.
Well, look, we aren't all happy all the time.
Correct.
But if you and I were off camera talking, and we talked before, this is it. I don't feel anything different from you.
Right.
It's the same thing for stage. When I got to a point where I could say, I'm good enough, and I'm worthy, and I have a healthy self-esteem, and I can just be me on stage.
Right.
For years, I put up a front. It's not authentic, and I think there's imposter syndrome with that.
Yeah.
And that adds another stress and pressure because I don't want to be found out.
Right.
So I can make mistakes. I can admit my weaknesses. I can convert them to strengths. I can be humble about the wins, and I think that relates to you too.
Sure.
And you know what? No matter how a show goes or what happens, you know what? This is what it is, Love it or don't like it, this is what we are. And that feels amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And, that's a great description of the journey, from where you're at, but it also describes everyone else in their different positions in life. Yeah. If it's music, if it's sports, whatever it is, there's always going to be things that are going to come in and derail you a little bit or, distract you or cause you frustration. And you're like, am I really meant to do this?
You question it. Yeah.
You question yourself, you question other people question you because maybe they don't understand it. And there's all these things that go around. And I think that at the end of the day, people say that a lot, Nick, that's what you love to do. And so
if you're lucky enough to do what you love,
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of people change directions because somebody said, oh, you're not very good.
Right.
Or I don't like what you do or whatever. So I do it because, I'm here to be of service. Right, I get so nervous on stage. I have performance anxiety. I always have. I used to use alcohol to take that edge off. It's been 18 years since I've used that as a coping mechanism.
Good for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Right on.
And so learning how to do it without that has really been a huge gift for me. But in anything in life, we deal with sadness. We deal with anxiety. With social media, which we're on right now, I think, right? It's comparison.
Social media, you can put on your happy face and be whatever you want to be, but...
For 5 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
I want to see you, like, after 3 days of when you stayed home and watched movies for 3 days.
I know, right?
Yeah, I don't know about you with ice cream, but I love...
I have my other things, man. I have my snacks.
Yeah,
I don't do dairy anymore.
You got a pink box water bottle there.
I know. I had a pink box donut today, and I passed the rest out to the people on my
you're
live.
being a service. Good for you.
I'm like, here, you have the calories, please, and it's free. They're like questioning me, going, no, it can't be free. I'm like, no, it's free for sending the love. And they just looked at me like I was crazy. I thought, why didn't they was take it?
There's more. You know what? It's almost like it's the fantasy of eating it is what it is. So if you can get them and then give them to somebody else and watch them enjoy it, isn't that just
that was
as good?
fun. And it's kind of donut art at the same time. The interaction with people.
Yeah.
The telling of the story, giving something away and having a conversation and people getting to know you. I feel like music does that. You know, that was
100%.
donuts, but you know, music tells the story. And when I watched Reckless in Vegas when you were at the Sahara, I really loved your stories.
Oh, the stories that are in the show that make the show. Right.
I love the stories, and some of the things I did not like. I don't remember them all, so I'm excited. I'm going to watch it tonight.
A little bit different tonight. It's Unplugged.
A little different?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Unplugged. And by the way, it's at Notoriety, so thank you, Notoriety.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate
There you
you.
go.
Great
incredible
show.
venue. Have you been to this venue before?
No, this is my first time here.
So Ken Henderson and Chris Racine and Shelby Johnson, they care about the artists.
Oh,
they
nice.
put on. They really are supportive. This venue, I mean, you get up here and you're like, wow, I didn't know this was here.
Yeah.
And as far as getting to it, right, we're on Fremont Street,
Right.
downtown. Did you park in the garage?
No.
Oh, see, you didn't know.
No.
So for your viewers,
Okay.
if you come down Indianapolis downtown, it's Las Vegas Boulevard and Fremont Street. Underneath the building is a city garage. It's like $7 to park, and there's
okay.
an elevator directly to the venue.
Oh, I
So
see.
you hit the elevator, right?
Yeah.
So below it is the parking garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the entrance is right off of 4th Street. As soon as you pass, because it's one way north, as soon as you pass Fremont Street, you see the Denny's,
Yeah.
turn right into that garage,
Oh,
and
okay.
boom, you're here. It's like a VIP experience.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
So you
go
know.
back and repark my car.
I don't know who that is. Well, give me the keys, I'll do it.
Because I got to pay. I got to pay the next round after this interview.
Yeah.
But, okay, so now you guys know where to park. So tell us about your show. Tell us that you have this incredible set list, and I'm like, oh, I heard that song. Oh, I heard that song. I've heard that song. And tell us how you created the show, Reckless in Vegas. Where did you come up with the name, by the way?
It's a girlfriend, an ex-girlfriend,
Okay.
a girlfriend at the time.
Okay.
She woke up one morning and she and I was starting a new original band in San Francisco.
Okay.
We didn't have a name yet. She goes, "Oh, I had this crazy dream," and she said, "I was playing your red Stratocaster. We were an all-girl band and we were called Reckless in Vegas." And I went, the girlfriend didn't work out, but the name did. So I grabbed the name, and we put out an original EP with Dan Shea that had 6 songs on it in
Oh, nice.
2008.
Yeah.
And then we toured it, and then we put out another original EP with Sylvia Massey in 2011. And I got really burnt out of it touring, and it just wasn't working. You know, I don't know if it was the music, if it was just
Sure.
the timing. So I was in a meditation because somebody told me to do a tribute act, and I thought, oh, well, we could do a tribute act.
Yeah.
I talked to the band. They were in. Mario Cipollina from Huey Lewis and the News was the bass
Yeah.
player. Ryan Lowe, Dr. Fu, as everybody knows him, was the drummer. They're like, yeah, let's do it. So
Wow.
we learned 50 Johnny Cash songs. We're about ready to start rehearsing
Johnny
them.
Cash. Ooh.
And I was like, guys, I don't want to do it. It's not original enough for me. I mean, we could go out and make a living doing it, but I'm not going to be fulfilled.
Right.
So I was meditating. I meditated every day when I was living in San Francisco. This is the thing to do. When you live in the Bay Area, you got to meditate. You got to
Yeah.
hug trees and meditate.
Yes.
But it
yes.
was very fruitful because I'm in this meditation and I saw Reckless in Vegas and these old neon lights, and we're all wearing sharkskin suits, and I'm playing our style of rock and roll.
Yeah.
There's dancers and old black and white video montages, and I'm singing Frank Sinatra. It was
Wow.
the weirdest thing. I come out of the dream, the meditation,
Yeah.
and I call Dan Shea, the guy who produced the first EP, because
Right.
he did a remake of Solitary Man on there for us.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so I said, hey, Dan, you remember the thing that we did with Solitary Man? He goes,
Yes.
yeah. I go, what do you think about doing that with old Vegas music? So a year later, we put an album out, and it just killed everywhere we played in the Bay Area.
Wow.
We started getting hired here in Vegas, and that's what prompted me to move back to Las Vegas in
Wow.
2015. A lot of information, sorry.
I love it. No, that's a very nice fast track way to like give us some background. But
Yeah.
I think it's really amazing how shows come together. Some people just think, you write out a show, you put it together. Okay, we're ready for a show. But there's always that history and that this leads to this leads to this, and it's amazing how, an ex-girlfriend came up with a
The
name.
name, well, the name is
Like,
pretty cool,
yeah.
probably over some money. Don't tell her.
Something.
Her name's Tiffany Welter. Don't look her up or tell her.
Okay, I won't tell her.
I don't, some things unfold really, really easily, and this
Yeah.
is one, I mean, we didn't want to screw the songs up. We wanted to be sure
Yeah.
it was a respectful homage.
Right.
And it's been fun, and the music's original. All
Yeah.
the arrangements are original music, so that's
Nice.
stimulates our inner artist, if you will.
Yeah.
And the people are familiar, all our fans are familiar with the songs.
And they sing along.
Oh yeah, Sinatra, Dean Martin,
and I was
Tony
like
Bennett.
tested on these old songs that I've heard. Okay, so,
So who does? So the first song is Rags to Riches. Who does that?
I don't know.
You know I'd go from rags to riches.
I've heard it. I don't know who
Tony
it is.
Bennett.
Oh, Tony
Come
Bennett.
on.
Oh my
What
God.
about this town is a lonely town?
No.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yes.
Have you been to the show?
Yes.
How about the Hey Mambo?
It's the
Mambo.
other Rat Pack guy. What's his name? I'm so blank.
You gotta win one of these.
I gotta win one of these.
Okay.
It's
I have an award for you. It's ready. It's right here. You have 1.5 bottle of water for beatbox. It's Dean Martin.
Yeah, Dean Martin. There we go.
What's wrong, pussycat? Whoa, whoa,
Hey,
whoa.
pussycat. That's Dean Martin.
Yeah, no.
No?
Try again.
Sammy?
Okay, so not necessarily Rat Pack. Think
Okay.
of a guy who, when he performed, he just caused a sexually charged adulation of panty hurling frenzy.
Not
The chest.
yeah.
The chest opener.
What's his name?
Come on, it's not unusual to be loved.
Yes,
Come
I
on,
know.
what's
I
his
can't
name?
think of the name.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones, thank
Wow,
you.
you're 0 for 4.
I know.
I don't want to say that though. You're doing great.
My
Keep it up.
history of old music is not.
Well, what are you singing?
Old
What is
jazz.
the music you like to sing?
Oh, I love all this stuff. I just don't remember everybody who sings it.
Oh, yeah. I think that's
Yeah,
common.
but I know Tom Jones. I know the names.
So once you hear them, it's making sense.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Well, so,
You're bringing it to my memory.
well, what about, here's an easy one. Here, let's
Yeah.
just do, You're Just Too Good to Be True,
Well,
1967.
I was going to say "Love Me Tender and Suspicious Minds." Isn't that Elvis?
Yeah, there
Okay,
you
I
go.
know
She's
Elvis.
got a winner. All right.
I got the Elvis.
Yeah.
Hey.
So it's all that stuff. Anything that was
Yeah.
played in Las Vegas in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, that's what we kind of keyed in. Sonny
love
and
that.
Cher, great
Yeah, Sonny
music.
and Cher. Is that in here?
I don't
I Got
know.
You, Babes, not in here?
We're not doing Sonny and Cher tonight. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll do it April 20th. We have another show here.
Oh, nice.
And we're going to, we have such a repertoire of music that we like to,
Change it up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps it alive,
That's so fun. So
Yeah.
what do you think is your most popular? Your top one or your top 3 songs that people seem to really love and sing along with?
Luck Be a Lady by Frank Sinatra has been
Okay.
kind of our signature song.
Okay. Yeah.
We did a music video for it. Of course, that helped its notoriety,
Right.
No pun intended, we're notoriety.
Right.
So I would say that's probably our flagship, but they're all so unique. And I mean, Suspicious Minds is a great arrangement.
Yeah.
Dan Shea did some amazing. He basically taught me the formula on how you take a song and make it your own and do it in a way that's actually another hit version of the song. And I would like to think that when you listen to the music and what we've done,
Yeah.
they're all in the world of Hitville.
Yeah.
Just the way they're made. I mean, Dan Carey he was Mariah Carey's music director. He produced Mariah Carey, produced Jennifer Lopez, Jessica Simpson, Mark Anthony, did some
Wow.
Santana stuff. So he's in that pop kind of world.
Yeah.
He gets it, right? And he likes rock and roll too. So
Nice.
yeah. So I think when we collaborate, we were talking about how you've been so successful with what you do, and it's about, you said team.
Yeah.
That was the first thing out of your mouth was team.
Team.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Dan is my partner in this, and without Dan, I don't think these songs would be realized the way they are, because I'm a 3-chord, 1-trick pony Yankee Doodle. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I'm the singer, and I have the excitement, and I have like the energy, and I like to pass out donuts and get on camera. But at the end of the day, I do like to write songs too. But it takes a team.
The songwriting portion is cathartic, right? We talked about expression and how it's like donuts are a language. Maybe they are. Well, and they are. How people make them.
Sure.
What we do is the same thing, but journaling, poems, anything that gives us an opportunity to have an
Right.
outlet to express. And music is certainly one of those. And music touches everything. Everything.
Yeah.
When you got the donuts, did you go into Pink Box to get them?
Yes.
Was there music playing in that place?
Yes.
Weird.
Always.
The elevator up, I think I heard some music.
Always music
Yeah.
everywhere you go.
It's
telling a
wonderful.
story. Yeah.
It's a wonderful language.
It's
Yeah.
connecting people to the world and creating culture.
Yeah.
And giving us history, telling the story. And that's really what Reckless in Vegas does, is it tells the story. What do you think the story is from top to bottom?
I think the story is about, understanding our roots and where things come from, respecting history.
Yeah.
It's fun to move things forward, like our advances in technology and spiritual advances, whatever that may
Yeah.
be. It's important to know where we come from.
Right.
For me, I want to keep these alive in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas is an interesting city because we just tear stuff down. Right?
Yeah.
The history just gets torn down. You go to Europe or even like New York or anywhere back east, there's some buildings there that are still there. They have a history. I think what's important to me for this show is to keep that American songbook, to keep that crooner music alive,
Right.
and remind people that this is what was happening in Las Vegas 24/7 back in the day. And maybe it'll come back around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the sense that somehow the next gen of whatever the Rat Pack was whatever it looks like in 2024, going into 2025, that, maybe that's coming.
Yeah, well, Lady Gaga's show, I don't know if you caught that when she was here. She's coming back to do it again.
I heard about that show, yeah.
Amazing story thread running through it about old Vegas.
Yeah.
I noticed Bruno Mars did something with it. Usher did My Way was his little title, I think.
Nice.
Not little title. Sorry, Usher, I didn't mean little. His title, huge title. But there is that thread that still runs through it. I think that we have a responsibility to maybe remind people or keep it going.
Yeah, tell the history, and those that have, set the pace and created the music to inspire us to do our music. I definitely am a fan of, paying respect to those people.
Well, and think of the messages. They're all about love.
Yeah.
And hope and connectivity, right? And a lot of the music now today is about, money and superficiality and my G5 and, and drugs and maybe not as respectful to women as we could be.
Yeah.
To me, look, this could never get to the level that I've dreamed it to be, but at least I'll die doing what I love. And if I can affect one person or 5 people or 200, I think we have 200 people here tonight. Nice. If I can make their lives better, then I've achieved the goal.
Yeah, exactly.
For music.
Yeah, amazing. So, do you sing all these songs? You have how many songs here?
So
12.
I know there's 20-something.
20-something songs.
So
okay.
we have some guests. We always bring a special guest in. Tonight is Kelly Vaughn, a terrific singer in town.
Yeah, she's great.
She's going to do, I think she does 3 or 4 of these.
Okay.
And then we have a male guest coming in, Shay Arender. He's going to do one of the Elvis songs.
Nice.
And then we have something on Luck Be a Lady because it's acoustic. It's a pretty heavy rock song on our album and how we normally present it.
Okay.
Violution is a band and show that's actually going to be here at Notoriety, I think, next month.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Jalen is a terrific violinist, and they have an electric violin presentation. So
I love that.
She's going to play electric violin on Luck Be a Lady tonight. So we have 3 guests. Yeah.
Violin. It's so incredible how I do see, like, when you put these shows together and you highlight instrumentalists, there's your typical, like, bass, drums, guitar, etc. But then you throw in a violin or you throw in some other...
Horn section.
Yeah,
horn
section.
Cool.
Yeah, the trumpet is more used now.
We'll be doing horns, and we're going to do an acoustic show again on April 20th, and then May 18th, I'm guessing, is what it is. That's going to be the full production with dancers in the horn section.
Oh,
I
awesome.
love the horns.
Yeah.
The horns are like...
Amazing.
It's so good.
It gives that feel of the back in the day when they had those dinner clubs and big band stuff. I love that. Why don't they bring big band back?
We're trying.
I know. I know. So tell us more about Reckless in Vegas. Like, how can people come and see it, and how often are they going to have a chance to see it?
So we're going to do once a month this year. Maybe a couple. We got some corporates on the books as well, but for public shows, once a month. We're at Notoriety downtown every month. Well, it's like around the 3rd Saturday of every month. Those dates are up on notorietylive.com and also recklessinvegas.com. We are going to play out at Aliante. Have you been out there?
No, I haven't.
So out north, Aliante Hotel Casino has a showroom called Access Showroom. Beautiful 500-seater. We're going to do a show there in October. So in the month of October, we'll pull out of Notoriety, and then we'll be back in November. All the way through November, we're doing shows once a month.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. So they can go to recklessinvegas.com.
Or notorietylive.com.
Notorietylive.com. All right, awesome.
Find the tickets. Come to the shows.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in for the show, and maybe
it's amazing.
I'll get a chance to sing in one coming soon.
You can guarantee it, but you're gonna have to know who the original artists were.
I've got to pass my test, so I'll be studying for that.
Yeah, perfect.
I'll be studying for that. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. You're an amazing guy, and you've done incredible stuff with the music. And thank you for the history and for working so hard to bring us a show that helps us respect the music back in the day, and then bring it to current day.
It's easy when you love it.
Yeah. I agree.
Thank you, April.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Hey Vegas TV. Thanks, Vegas. We'll see you guys later.
Hey Vegas.
Cheers.